Yeah, welcome to Chirping Bird Comedy, the Patriots edition. I only booked Patriots tonight that are standing up for the Constitution when they agree with it. They might be from Canada. It doesn't matter. They're welcome to be Maple Triots. There we go. Have you heard that one before? Maple Triots? No, Lorna, Andre, is that a new one? Can I put that on a shirt?
Yeah, that's a new one.
I'll put that on a shirt, and it'll still be the American flag, but all the stars will be maple leaves. That's what we're gonna do. Nice. 50 maple leaves on the flag. No, it's good, guys. It is time. It is time to do your citizenship. If you are a citizen of the United States or have the social security number of a citizen of the United States, and do your civic duty and go on down if you haven't already. And if you have already, do it again. Go on down to the polling place and cast your vote for Judah Friedlander for president. This is what we've been culminating in for years now. For years. Thank you very much. My 120-year-old grandfather's ballot has been casted already. He's that patriotic, no longer with us, but very patriotic man. And my grandparents all are voting this time. It's it's a nice family one. Dropping off all these ballots has been backbreaking, filling out the circles. I did very bad on my ACTs. I think I'm going to fail on voting too. And you know what? We could all join in on jury duty 6 months from now, because we're all going to get it. If you vote tomorrow, you're going to get jury duty. Good luck getting out of that and telling a judge you're racist to his face under oath, because it's kind of hard to admit sometimes, but sometimes you got to do it. Sometimes if you are, you got to do it. Jury duty on the Trump cases? No, I don't think any. You know, that is the jury duty you want. Any jury duty you could write a book about afterwards and go on TV afterwards. Or be a guest on this Zoom show afterwards. That's what I should do, is just have a whole episode dedicated to people telling their jury duty stories on this. I did jury duty one time. I did jury duty one time. Wait, who was that?
I got one.
Oh, William Claude Reynolds has a jury duty story. So that means he voted. That's a patriot right there. He already voted and did his jury duty and couldn't get out for being racist. So you are a true maple patriot. Are you going to tell us the story?
So basically, the situation it was pretty bad. Actually, it was a domestic abuse case.
So was mine.
Yeah. So it was kind of a he said, she said thing. So they had to let the guy go because there really wasn't any hard evidence. But the story was so depressing. I was like, look, we just don't even want to be here anymore, because the girl was a drug addict, and it got to the guy was like a drug dealer.
Oh no!
And she got beat up.
Oh no, this is bad.
She got beat up.
But I just want to back up, and this is the perfect way to start a comedy show, is with a very good story that probably doesn't have a punchline. Thank you, William Claude Reynolds. I will tell you my jury duty story real quick. I was also on a domestic abuse case, but it was the woman beating up the man for cheating on her. And there was evidence because she waited until the cop got there to hit him with the frying pan. And the cop saw it. You got to write him up. You got to write him up. She got him good, though. And she had no regrets. She admitted to it in court and had no regrets. Would you do it again? Yes, sir. That's what she said to the judge. It was fucking amazing.
Wow.
But yeah, she ended up going to jail, I assume. I don't know. Come out of America. I don't really know if she went to jail or but I couldn't get out of jail. I couldn't get, no, holy shit. Brandon, I did not just say that. Strike that from the record. I didn't almost get out of going to jail. I almost got out of jury duty, but they didn't care. They asked you if there's any, if you have an active court case against you, or if you've been a victim of a crime. And I was like, no, but my uncle's on on trial for murder. And they were like, where? I'm like, in this courthouse today in a different fucking room. He's on trial for shooting an intruder in his house. And he was at the time. And the judge was like, bullshit. You know, I gave the name, and then the judge was like, okay, yeah, that's a court case that's going on right now. And then they kept me on the jury. I don't know how that happened. They kept me on the jury. I think both the prosecutor and the defending attorneys were both like, the other guy's going to throw this guy out. This guy's obviously not going to be impartial. So I was so confident I got thrown out. I went to the courthouse, but I didn't go into the actual courtroom the next day because I figured I was tossed. And the next thing I know, a cop was running through the waiting area yelling my name. And I was like, what's going on? And he's like, you almost had a warrant out for your arrest because you didn't show back up for jury duty. And I was like, thought this was like voting. We maybe had to do it. We kind of like had to act like we were going to do it. And then like, you get a little busy and you don't show up. But I was in the building. They almost went to my house.
Wow.
So my tip to that is just don't show up on the first day. If you show up after the first day, they know you exist, and then they will come for you the second day. So don't do that. Even though I tried to tell them I moved out of the county and no longer lived in the county, and it took me an hour and a half to get there, they didn't care. Anyways, my late wife was, is this going to be, I'm going to read here's a tip for all the comics on tonight. Don't, or be very careful venturing into the chat if you're going to read it during your set. They're very, very often not helpful. You will learn things, but now people are talking about murder and child molestation and going to jail for 25 years. This is exactly what we want on the patriotic Chirping Bird Day. Thank you very much. We do have 4 comedians on tonight. Pratik Srivastava is going to be here later. He released a special on YouTube that is all election and voting material. We will be posting the link. I get a special thank you in the credits. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did to deserve that, but I'm going to have to watch it and add that to my IMDb page. I'm going to do that. We are worried about Jinda. Jinda has not been here. Question mark is wondering about him. If anyone in New York City can just start calling out to Jinda. There's a Jinda call. It's just penis. You just start yelling penis in New York, and then he usually responds with penis as well. And then he goes penis versus penis, battle of the phalanx, and then that's what it is. Yeah, the missing penis. Up the river is an interesting scene. Jinda, we miss you. Get well. I don't know what else to tell you. And lastly, I do want to point out I might perform, or I might be on some of the shows standing up. Last week I talked about pinching. I hurt my arm and my shoulder last week, and I was in pain. I was making faces as I was eating Indian food. It had nothing to do with the Indian food. It had all to do with the terrible cauliflower rice I was eating with the Indian food. I did go to a physical therapist Tuesday after last week's show, and I did pinch a nerve in my neck, and it still hurts. And every piece of advice that I had gotten from any person, especially a comedian, before I saw the physical therapist was entirely wrong and making things worse. Like, do not ask your friends for advice with nerve pain. They have no idea what they're talking about. Nobody on this show gave me any advice that helped me. I have to pull my head up from my body. I have to stretch out my neck. You have to just kind of like pull it. That's the only thing that gives me any relief. So I'll be pulling my head throughout this show. Please ignore any strangeness.
That's the wrong way.
No, yeah, you take that the wrong way. This is the head pulling maple treat voting edition. But no, seriously, go out and vote. If it's not too late to register, you could go ahead and try. I know Mike Eckert has already voted. Thank you very much for your patriotism. Brandon is not running for president. Brandon, I just want to ask you before we kick this off, would you ever run for president, Brandon?
You know, I've talked to my people, and it's under consideration.
Okay, there we go. Okay. That means under consideration. I almost removed him from the meeting, which would have made him unable to read. Just when I was removing the spotlight. So I did make Jared J the co-host for tonight. So when I accidentally leave this meeting in about 35 minutes, which I almost do every week, he will have to take over hosting duties. But I did go over everybody on the show. Michael Harrison is back. I'm super excited for Michael Harrison.
Yeah.
Teddy Mansbach is back. Holy crap. Holy cow. Wow. And then Kat Diaz is making another return to the wonderful Chirping Bird. So
Yeah.
I am going to, well, here's what I got to do, folks. I got to tell you, since the political season is winding down to an end and politicians will no longer be hitting you up for money, us comedians will be double down. We will be double down on hitting you up for money now. So we will be doing this. I gotta see what's going on. Sorry, Pratik's sending me messages. I'm trying to figure everything out here though. No, this is gonna be a good one. Kat Diaz is our first performer tonight. She runs a monthly show at Guess It.
Whoa.
No, the Lincoln Lodge. Everybody knows it's the Lincoln Lodge. Whenever we are in doubt, we guess the Lincoln Lodge. It's called Bona Onda and it's every third Friday. So put that in your calendar if you happen to be visiting Chicago. I'll be posting her Venmo as well. But please welcome back to the Chirping Bird stage, the wonderful Kat Diaz.
Hi, Chirping Bird. Awesome to be back with y'all tonight.
Yeah.
Especially with such suspense. What's going to happen tomorrow? I don't know. I'm sober, but I definitely would like to join you guys to drink online tomorrow. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I didn't know that I was one of the most patriotic comics that Mark has had on this show. So that is in itself a huge honor. Like I'm actually taking a knee right now, but I did enjoy Mark's story about being on jury duty as the exact same time as his uncle is on trial for murder. What a bonding activity for the family. I mean, you can't have a better environment than the court, the court system. I liked your advice of what not to do to not show up for the first day of jury duty, and so that they don't know that you exist. And that's definitely good advice for like a relationship too. Like you can avoid so many bad relationships if you just don't show up to that first date. But yeah, guys, we are here. I'm in Chicago, as some of you know. Beautiful, beautiful Chicago. I love the city so much, so much. I did not grow up here, though. I actually grew up in a small city in Central America called Des Moines. Okay. So some of you have heard about it. Okay. A lot of times people don't, I pronounce it wrong, right? So Des Moines is known for a few things, mostly come and goes, cow statues, and property crime. Yeah. So, which in Iowa is actually when your drunk neighbor comes over. I gotta X out of this chat because I'm going to read it. When your neighbor comes over and steals your cow, and he blends it in with his cows. But his cows are black and white, and yours is a Toyota Camry. So it's complicated. I don't know. It's weird. I feel like Chicago is like Des Moines if Des Moines had Riz. You know what I'm saying? Like Des Moines had a little more charisma, right? A little bit more skyline. Like it'd have something going for it. But I am... I've heard people refer to me as ethnically ambiguous, but I prefer the term exotically Midwestern. And all that means is that when a guy asks me to talk dirty in my native language, I sing Slipknot songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wander out where you can't see. Inside my shell, I wait and bleed. That's all I'm saying. And if you're not hot by that, like I guess like this just isn't your flavor then. I'm definitely spicy Slipknot here.
That's fun.
I don't know. I just had a hard time growing up in the Midwest as a Latina person. Like it was weird, right? I feel like my parents kind of tried to Americanize me a little bit. Like they really wanted me to fit in. I never had a piñata when I was a kid, so I became a furry as an adult. Because if you can't beat them, join them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, it was just. My parents have this terrible memory, right? So they could never remember that they beat me, but they couldn't forget if I started dropping Tootsie Rolls every time they hit me, right? It was just like. Little explosion of childhood and family memory. They never beat me, okay? It's for the bed. I wanted to commit to the bed. And what's funnier than child abuse, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. I always got questioned about my ethnicity. People were always like, where are you from? Who are you? And it was okay. I mean, I got used to it. There really is nothing more embarrassing than getting asked your ethnicity, except for getting asked your ethnicity by your grandma. Like, when your grandma's asking the questions, I was like, you don't remember taking care of me, grandma? And she's like, Mija, I thought I was getting paid, okay? She's like, why do you think I still call your mom? I'm just trying to collect. Like my grandma's a spicy woman. It is kind of like when you're in middle school and you get asked who's your best friend, and you say your best friend's name, and your best friend says the name of the girl that you thought you both hated. Like, it's very hurtful. Still not over it. I did eventually learn how to talk better Spanish. English is also something I'm working on. And the way I did that was by watching more telenovelas.
Oh.
Yeah, it really helped me. Like, even my family in El Salvador is impressed. They just don't like how now I'll hang up the phone when they ask me a question. But if they want to know the answer, they got to tune in next week, okay? That's just telenovela 101, baby. Absolutely. By show of hands, who remembers the gifted and talented program in school? Or maybe it was talented and gifted in your school. Okay. Yeah.
Not because I was in it.
Yeah. Okay.
I wasn't in it.
Awesome. So you'll hear me out on this. I feel like being a gifted and talented kid is kind of like being a free range chicken, because you do get treated better at first, but you still end up at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Like, still end up in the same place. And I feel like we also could have had a lot more discussion about what was going to happen to us during puberty, right? No one warned me that in high school, my mustache was going to be bigger than my teacher's, right? Yeah. Okay. We have some common ground here. Like, we would be watching The Princess Bride and everyone would turn to look at me because they thought I played Inigo Montoya. Like, okay, sure. But I'm a big nostalgia person, and we're getting into this season of Spotify recaps. Hey, yeah. I love it. I'm actually a YouTube music person, so I get the off-brand recaps, but I don't feel like every app needs a recap. You know what I mean? Like, I opened up my McDonald's app the other day and it started giving me my summer sandwich list. Like, I already know that I ordered 72 Big Macs and McFlurries in the last month. I don't need a soundtrack for it, okay? And you guys got to try it. It's probably, if you have the McDonald's app, it's on there. It's called McDonald's Unwrapped. So I don't know. Oh, no, he wasn't. He was not. Trump was not serving the burgers to me. I was just eating little slices of his skin, the little American cheese. He's the biggest American cheese slice out there. See, they should have went with that with the campaign. Like, that's pretty patriotic. But I'm not a big traveler myself. I like to vacation, right? And there is a difference. Some people, yeah, exactly. And it's basically if your idea of taking a vacation is like climbing the mountains and staying in hostels, like that does not sound like a vacation to me. Okay, that sounds like an audition for Naked and Afraid. Okay. That's like saying, like, I would like to relax today. I think I'm going to work, right? That's like saying I have high self-esteem. I'm going to get in a relationship, right? Like, it's just like the complete opposite of what you're looking for. And I get it. Like, the idea is to immerse yourself in different cultures of, like, I get it. But I think the best way to do that is to travel to the alley behind any 5-star restaurant and talk to the workers smoking there. And you're going to learn some shit you didn't know. And there's no layovers. I think that's a win. And it's a big
Yeah.
I am a little bit face blind. The glasses probably tip you off. But basically, if I meet someone, I won't remember their face until I meet them like a few times. And being face blind when you have social anxiety is the worst. Because not only do I have to meet a person one time, I have to meet them again and again. And every time they get more pissed that I don't recognize them. And it's getting to be to the point where the only surefire way that I can recognize a face is if I sat on it. And even then, it's kind of like, have we met before? Or are you just really sweaty? Like,
Blow your nose.
right. Maybe both. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard out here in these streets, man. I feel like it's hard to find someone you can really communicate with, right? Like, you've heard of probably love languages. I was talking to this guy and I told him that my love language was acts of service. He joined the army. He came back a year later with a wife, 3 kids, and a Ford F-150. And he got mad at me because I'd moved on, right? Like, it'd been a year. And I didn't know what to tell him. I was like, Chet, thank you for your service, but like I just wanted you to warm my car up or something. I could have used the coffee a year ago. Really, that's all I needed. I didn't need the purple stars. But someone else told me that their love language was acts of buying them a PS5. I had to be like, I like you, but here's a pre-owned Nintendo Switch, And it was pre-owned by one of Chet's kids, so it was like a cool circular economy thing. But I've been single for a while. I feel like I've been single for about 2.5 years, and exactly. Being single, I really enjoy. I think it's cheap. It's easy. It's great when you want to downsize.
Yep.
I've been single so long, I took away the passenger seat in my car. My next boyfriend's gonna have to earn it back. Because you don't get a seat till you make me skeet, skeet, skeet. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying here. All right. It's actually my license plate. My favorite day to work out is another day.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that it's lonely at the top. Mostly bald men. And I'll leave y'all on this. You guys have been an amazing, amazing audience. Thank you for letting me do these jokes. I tried these at an orgy last night, and you just never heard so much damn clapping in your life. So Thank you, guys. I'm Kat Diaz. Give it up for Mark.
Yeah, one more time for Kat, and check out her show at Lincoln Lodge every third Friday if you happen to be in Chicago. And I did not post her Venmo, so I'm going to go post her Venmo in the chat as we just keep rolling on to our next comedian as well. Super happy to have her back on the show tonight. From Portland, Oregon, the wonderful Patty Mansbach. Patty. Oh, I'm trying to find you. I had to scroll a little. There we go. Do it again, Patty.
Yeah, me. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about jury duty. I have never been to jury duty. I want it.
What?
I know. I fucking would love to go to jury duty. I just sit there and read a book. And what's really frustrating is that two of my good friends today, they got called for jury duty and they got released early. So they've been drinking since 10 a.m. without me. That's fucking bullshit. I'm going to call the prosecutors and be like, I'm ready, please. But I don't know. I want to do my civic duty, and I think they probably just see the eagerness in my votes. It's like you put in that ballot a little bit too strong. I don't know if we could have you on our jury. Politics, right? I don't know. My stepmom, she's like getting into conspiracy theories and stuff. That's been her new thing. I think you just turn like in your 70s and then you just watch Fox News in a chair and that just becomes your life. So she's been getting into conspiracy theories, and I asked my dad, and I was like, Dad, why did you marry her? And then he said, oh, don't worry, she doesn't know what she's talking about because she's a woman. So there is there I know, right? My dad, he's an interesting character. He's progressive at times, right? But he also thinks every show on HGTV is called The Gay Brothers. So there's that. So there is that. Also, have you seen that show? I think he's kind of right. I don't know. Let's see. In high school, they made me go to group therapy because I tested really high for shyness. I did. I'm like a hero. I'm on the internet. I'm like an inspiration to you all. But it took me so many years to realize I'm not shy. I'm just boring. There's like a really big difference. I know. I get invited to parties and people offer me ketamine, and I have to say, oh, no, thank you. That's for horses. I don't want to appropriate horse culture. I don't want people to get confused. My favorite part of Jell-O shots is the Jell-O, and I thought I had a great idea one time because I said they should make virgin Jell-O shots, and I just realized I invented Jell-O. I don't know, but of course, I had another thing about me as a kid. I had headgear, and now you're like, oh, yeah, that must have been so hard. I feel so bad for you. No, it was really cool. I loved it. I had a whole cage over my face for 9 months. That was the coolest thing I've ever had on my face. And back then I wasn't allowed to give like blowjobs or anything, but I'm allowed to do that now. And I want headgear again, because that would be just disgusting and weird and gross. And I think I would make somebody cry. And that's kind of who I am as a person on the inside. Exciting. Oh, I should go exciting. I got my tubes tied a couple weeks ago. I did it. Yeah. That's right, bitches. I'm spayed. I'm like, yeah, I went to the vet because it was like the same. It was cheaper than the doctor. And I think it's the same procedure, right? I just walk in and I'm like, I'll have what Fluffy is having. I had to go under the anesthesia and stuff. And when you have anesthesia, they don't let you go home. You have to have somebody pick you up. Like it's like a little kid at school. And then I woke up and I was like, shit, I have definitely gone home in worse conditions than this. So I am sorry for the Halloween party where I passed out in the ditch and just waited there until my Uber came because I decided that's where I belong. So I get some general anesthesia, but then this is true. They gave me pictures of my insides after the operation. I didn't know they were going to do that. And the nurse just like gives me the pictures. And I said, what am I supposed to do with this? And then she says, you could use it as a Christmas card. And I went, oh, high five, up top, up top, up top. So, Yeah, you got to get your best bits from the post anesthesia care unit nurses. They are just moonlighting as comics. I don't know what else do I want to. I guess no. I mean, I am like, I guess I'm alone. I was thinking about maybe getting an animal, like a cute little fuzzy thing to love me and pay attention to me. I don't want to get a dog or anything. And this is where I finally get myself canceled when I say I'm not a dog person. I think they smell weird and yeah, they smell weird and they jump on me and I'm not super into dogs. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll get like a really tiny thing. And so I thought about getting a hamster because they're like really cute and tiny and they don't really require much. But then I was looking online about them and they don't live like that long. So everything you read online is just somebody distraught about their hamster dying. It's just my favorite post. It said, "Rest in peace, Professor Coconut, 2024 to 2024." I don't know. I feel like that's a lot of emotional investments to put in something that basically just wants to die. It just is born wanting to die. So I was like, no, I don't think I'm gonna get a hamster. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a parrot. That's gonna be my idea because they scream all the time. They can't stop screaming and they live for 80 years and they're wild animals. So you can't potty train them. So you just have this thing screaming and shitting all over your house for 80 years. That's fucking metal. That is so cool. Yeah, when I did that, I got evicted. So I'm just saying there is a double standard and I think I want to be a parrot. I think that's who I truly am as a person. But yeah, I guess I don't know. I think I'm a feminist, right? I don't know. And now you're like, oh, Patty, who is your favorite woman? And I'm like, good question, everybody. I'll tell you. My favorite woman is the naked lady that slapped me outside my bus stop that one time. That was so cool. She's like, because some people have to pay for it, and I got it for free. So I felt really lucky and I felt really special. She got arrested eventually for harassment because she was doing it to other people, whatever. I thought it was special. She's just, forever the one that got away. And then the other day, I got a call from the Multnomah County prosecutor. They won't let me go to jury duty, but they asked me if I wanted to go to her trial. And I said, no, because I'll just ask her to do it again. I'm pretty sure that's entrapment. I don't think that's a good idea. But anyway, anything else that I want to work on? Oh, let's do some trains. You guys like Amtrak? You guys like trains? Yeah, we a little choo-choo crowd. We're a bunch of little foamers. We look at the trains. I was just on a train. I did. I ordered a Christmas sweater from Amtrak, and it's really exciting. It's like, oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the quiet car is so delightful. That's what the sweater is gonna say. And I did 2 days on the Amtrak train. And do you guys know, like, if you have sex on a train, it's called the Mile Long Club? That's fucking crazy. I went on the train with my ex-boyfriend. I'm in the Mile Long Club. Whoopsie, I'm a wild one. Just so real crazy. And then, you guys been on the have you been on the Amtrak message boards? Those are fun. Those are good because when you go on those, you can't talk about superliners versus viewliners. Don't do it. And you're like, why not? That's all I think about. And the answer is, if you do that, there's someone with 15 different accounts and they will send you death threats because you don't like the superliners. And now I see it all on your faces. You're like, Patty, why did you make 15 accounts on the Amtrak message boards? That wasn't me. Okay. Because I like the towel ghosts. I like the towel ghosts. And I think, more feminism. Women should be allowed to drive trains. Woo. They can. I don't know. Let's see. I know people make fun of me a lot because I like trains, but whatever. I think they make cool sounds and they're fun to ride. So I'm sorry your marriage is failing. I don't know why you're so upset with me. But I am like the last thing I guess, like I'm super famous. Like obviously, like I'm here. I'm like super famous. I'm so famous. I have the paparazzi. They follow me all over town. And I showed my friend the paparazzi picture, and he's like, Patty, that's a red light camera, you owe the Department of Transportation $270. I know, he's a hater. He's a hater, and it takes fame to know who your real friends are. I think that's all I want to work on. But thank you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, one more time for Patty Mansburg. I have to post your Venmo in the chat as well. I have to do that and post it on the Twitch. I was lagging there. We are raising money for our super PAC of comedians right now that we're going to be influencing all the future elections. Go Oregon, ? Is very excited about where you're from. Patty, did you get a bunch of Amtrak points? Did you get a bunch of Amtrak?
Hell yeah. I got enough for another train trip.
It's basically like you take one trip and then you can take the rest forever for free. You earn as many points. You earn like 4 times more points than the trip originally cost. They're just giving away free trains.
Yeah, thanks, Pete Buttigieg, Department of Transportation.
Pete Buttigieg knows what he's doing with it, Amtrak. I think the trains need to go faster. That's all. They just go twice as fast. Don't improve the tracks. I'm there for the danger. I'm there for that element of danger. Just go very quickly. Stop yielding to the trains full of Amazon crap that you have to stop for. The shipping trains get the first right to the train lines. This is the autism speaking up. I know Kat Diaz was asking if anyone was in the gifted classes. All you had to do was ask questions about trains and you could figure that out rather quickly. I'm going to keep moving on though to our next meetup. I'm super happy to have him on the show tonight. True patriot, like every other performer you've seen so far. Please welcome Michael Harrison. Yeah.
No, I'm a Maple Patriot, right?
Maple Patriot.
Yeah, that's me. Canadian. That's me. I became. I'm a dual citizen. I'm a Canadian who became an American, and this was my first year I got a vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I saved America. Well, thank you. I saved America. It was great. I never want to do this again. You guys suck at elections. I think the last 2 appearances I've been on this, I've just shit talked elections, and this isn't going to stop. This is my trend. All right. I'm very it's a dumpster fire. So much anxiety. I bet $500 on Kamala. I can't even believe I did that. You could go to a betting website and bet on the future of this country. That's stupid. Oh my God. It's good though, because it made me make sure I voted. That was the positive. But yeah, the intensity this country is I've toured the world, right? I swear to you, this is the only country where you guys have rallies in stadiums.
Yeah.
Right? Like where Kamala or Trump will come out like a WWE wrestling event. And they'll be sitting there oh, we got to fix the deficit. And people are like, yeah, deficit. And they don't even know what a deficit is. That's the weird part of it. Because it's first off, your news upsets everybody. And this is the first country I've ever lived or ever been to where I have to fact check the news. It's very weird to watch the news and be like, I need to see some more different news to see if this is right. This is insane. Right? Because the problem is your elections are too long. They're way too long. 2 years for an election cycle in America. 2 years. Oh, in Canada, it takes us 5 weeks to pick a bad leader. But I do love being in America. America is a super fun country. I love the last act. She was awesome. And I have to admit, I do love Oregon. I think Oregon's my favorite state. Oregon is very, it's very liberated. I did a show there. This had to have been 4 months ago now. And the audience was full of thruples. Right? Yeah. I like that guy. There's oh man, I can't even see your name on the thing. But yeah, I don't know, ? Have you ever done a thruple? Are you a thruple guy?
No.
Would you be a thruple guy? You wouldn't do it? Maybe, yeah. I would. Inflation's high. I want to save on rent. That would be my goal. Although I did have a buddy who was like, "Oh man, I would never do a throuple. It's too much drama." I was like, "What are you talking about? Right? If there's a fight, you have a tiebreaker." Because it is interesting how I think more of society is sort of going that way, where we are starting to be more open to different things. For instance, I notice sober people tend to be freaks, right? Is it just me, or sober people are going to sex clubs now? That seems to be the trend. You guys haven't heard of it? I've met 4 sober people who just became sober. They now go to sex clubs, right?
Cool.
Which, yeah, makes sense, right? I think a good alternative to drinking is hedonistic sex. I could see it now. You know, because just like a bar, you go to a sex club to like socialize, right? You go with expectations of a tip. You might make someone pregnant. You know, there's a lot of similarities. It's funny though, because you don't want to go to a sex club drunk. Right, that could be very embarrassing. Just some guy in the corner with whiskey dick holding up an orgy like, it was up a minute ago. Can someone get me a glass of water? Thanks. I'm really waiting that out for Mark. Yeah, no, I really waited that one out. I also want to, I wanted to bring up the one thing, because I know that we always talk about how older guys are pervy, but can we admit that older ladies are pervy too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Right? Like, I don't know, man. Older women have hit on me several times. Younger, not so much. But older women, like I was in Florida once and I did a show. And after the show, this older woman went on my DMs in Facebook and she sent me a picture of her legs. Right? She sent me a picture of her wrinkly legs. And then she asked me for a picture of my genitals. Right? I don't know, man. After sending me a pic of legs, that's just ridiculous. Like, where'd this woman think that legs is equivalent to genitals in the nude pic bartering system? Right? Like, I've never heard legs for loins. I just think she has to recheck the cock exchange. That's just me. I don't know. I did have one woman who was really into fetishes. She actually asked me, she's like, "Hey, what's the craziest thing a woman's ever wanted to do with you sexually?" And I was like, "Have a kid." Right? I was like, "You want me to make a human being burst out of your body after 9 months of discomfort? Oh, what a freak. You know, can't I just choke you? Like, isn't that would hurt less?" By the way, I think this is a good time to tell you I do want to be a father, actually. I do. Actually, do we have fathers in here by chance? All right, I think I have to pull my thing out. I only see like 6 people. I think my thing is too small. That's so weird. That's why I was like always asking question mark. Because I know the guy with the hat, the B. Yeah, you're a father. How many kids?
3.
That's pretty good. All right, yeah. I'm thinking. Oh God, I think I want to be a father because I'm bored. You know what I mean? Like, I've never wanted to be a father before. I just didn't realize life was this long.
You get a hobby.
Yeah, but I have them all. I've done well. I don't know. I think being bored is actually the right reason to be a parent. I don't think there should be another one. You know what I mean? Like, I think if you're young, you shouldn't have kids. You should be selfish. You should go like enjoy life and experience that. And I've done that, you know, like I've toured the world. I've achieved all my goals. I'm financially stable. Now I'm like, let's fuck it up. You know, like I need a mini villain I can't punch. I feel like that would be a fun 18-year plan. And there was like a woman who was actually encouraging me to have a kid. And if there's young people watching this, if anyone's ever encouraging you to have a kid, find out how many kids they have. That is a key piece of information. Right? Like just how I found out B had 3, like I'd listen to you. You know what I mean? Because like if you had more than 1 kid, I can now gauge that you liked it. Right? Like if I saw a woman with 8 kids, I'd be like, oh, that woman loves having kids. Right? Like if I see a woman who only raised 1 kid, I'm like, oh, that woman learned her lesson. You know, because like one of the cool things, if there is a perk to being a father or being a parent, is you get to experience unconditional love. That's sort of cool, you know, because you can't experience that like in a relationship, right? There's conditions like, you know, don't fuck Dave. That's one, you know, you can't. Right, but you only experience unconditional love as a parent, or if you own a dog. Right, that's where I disagree with the last act. Actually, it was the dog statement. Dogs are amazing. Right? Have we seen the movie John Wick in here, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. For those who haven't, this movie is about a retired assassin whose mob kills his dog and then he kills the whole mob. This is the most believable movie in cinema history. No one's ever found this plot far-fetched. Anytime I've told this plot to a person, they're like, of course I'd kill a mob. The dog licks me in the face. That's intimate. You know, I don't know. Like I might kill another mob afterwards just because of all that residual anger. Who knows? You know, because like I can tell when you're a parent, you feel unconditional love because like parents will let their kids say things to their face they would never let a human being say. Yeah, like a burp. You could burp in their face, whatever that sound was. Fuck, man. This joke is making people gassy. I don't even know what I'll write that in my notes. Yeah, it's like, because like I was once in a mall, I saw this kid yelling at his dad, like, I hate you, dad, and I hope you die. And the dad looked at the kid like, oh, someone needs a nap. It's like, what are you doing? That's a psychopath. Like you should get a restraining order. I will say this. I do think naps are a good way to fix kids. Let's face facts. Naps fix kids. Naps also fix adults. I don't know why we don't try to solve more problems with naps. That should be the go-to. Right? Like if you ever see a guy with road rage just losing his mind, just, there should be a cop that pulls up to him like, hey, we got a hotel at the next exit. Right? Go take a sleepy poo and you can return to the road later. Because it is, I don't know. I do want to talk, actually, yeah, I want to talk about another really sensitive thing. Probably one of the most sensitive. Let's talk about tipping. Let's, you know, oh my God. Talking about tipping is almost like scarier than talking about Israel-Palestine. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a lot of opinions on that. My big opinion on tipping is that, well, first off, I agree with tipping people at a bar just because they deal with drunks. That's a chore. You should definitely do that. With that said, because I believe you should tip service people who deal with shitty people, I'm surprised you don't tip people at daycares. What's going on there? Right? They deal with the worst customers. You know what I mean? No one tips them. Like, no offense. If I worked at a daycare and someone gave me their kid and didn't tip me, I'd spit on their kid. Right? Just like a bar, just, and I would return their kid next time they saw them. Yeah, I don't care. I'm sorry about the all, but yeah, it's true. Because maybe that's like I don't understand this point in our life where you could look at a person who keeps a beer cold for you and you're like $3, but a person who keeps your baby alive, you're like flat rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't negate this, B. I know you have kids, but fuck that shit. All right, I don't give a damn. I mean, just if a bartender, I can't believe I'm so doubled down on this point. I like you guys. You guys are very standoffish when you don't agree with me, so it makes me go into it. But seriously, if a bartender was to get off work and talk to a person with a daycare and compare days, are you kidding me? Just seeing the daycare person or seeing the bartender, like, oh my God, some guy got so drunk. Oh, he missed the toilet. And daycare person's like, yeah, 50 people at my job shit their pants. Like, I didn't even see $1. Oh fuck, Lorna's here. Love her. Cheers. I know. By the way, in Twitch, do they see the people that I perform for too? Mark?
No, I could put
No, they don't. Oh my god, I didn't even know that.
I could put them on there. I could highlight one.
Sorry. I'm clearly. You know what's funny is I've been on Twitch so much, but I've never learned this. I've never watched a Twitch show or anything. I'm just like, I'm performing to the crew I'm seeing. And they're like, oh yeah, no one sees them. So they think you're nuts. They think you're talking to nobody when you say, hey, B, or you go, what up, Mark, with question marks. You know, you just sound like a rambling lunatic. That's great.
You are.
I know. I am. Yeah, I won't argue with that for sure. Yes, definitely. If there's like a therapist who ever comes to one of my comedy shows, they drop me a business card right away, you know? So I don't know, man. All right. Let's talk about robots quickly. Cause
Yeah.
It's
thank you. I know. I'm all about segues, right? I go from tipping to robots. That's proper. Cause like robots, everyone's scared of robots. Yeah, right, B? B's doing the robot. I'm actually going to act out what the other people are doing for Twitch now. So Twitch gets an idea. So I have people now doing the robot in their thing because my jokes turn into a dance party. See, that's what you could be seeing on Zoom shows too. But like, fuck, do you think robots will ever be offended by the robot dance, B? Like, do you think doing that, they're like, are they gentrifying our dance? That might be offensive. That might be racist in the future. I'm just saying, like,
appropriation.
Of course. Good God. Yeah, I don't know, man. People are petrified. There's like people who come up like, oh my God, robots are going to take all our jobs. And I'm like, oh, that's a horrible argument. I hate jobs. I'm pro robot all of a sudden. And then some people too, they'll be like, oh my God, robots are going to try to kill people. And I'm like, really? That's the robot bucket list? You know, work for the man, then kill the man? That's interesting. I mean, it also sounds like anyone who's ever worked a job too. Because I just love that, like, when it comes down to it, human beings, we can't even conceive them liking us. Isn't that sort of self-reflective of how terrible a species we are? Like, that we know that? That we're like, oh, these things will be smart, right? Okay, they want to murder us for sure. You know? I think my favorite too is when people are online and going crazy, where they're saying that like, oh my God, robots are going to kill all of humanity. And I'm like, why are you putting that online? That's where they're going to read it. You know, like if you have a problem with robots, go to an Amish guy's house and vent there. I feel like that's. Lorna, you sound like magic. She was laughing loud, Twitch people. Thank you guys, by the way, so much for supporting this. I always have such a blast coming here, and I guess I'll give the room back. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Yeah, one more time with Michael Harrison. A true patriot. Yeah. Well, I know y'all are excited for our final performer. I saw him in here. I want to make sure that he's still available. Oh wait, I thought I saw Pratik in here. I don't know where he went. Now I don't know if he's back. Oh no. Is he Bernie Sanders? No, he's not. Oh wait, hold on. I got a message. I know I let in our last performer, and then now I do not see him in the list. I don't know where. I think it was Nick's iPhone. I swear I saw Nick's iPhone in here. No, this is terrible planning on my part, is to not have the next comedian fully queued up. So who y'all vote for? Who we voting for? Mike Eckert, I know he's got the country's best interest in his heart. I like that you could just word things like that vaguely and just lead to know who you think I'm talking about when you say that. Like, he believes in law and order. I know who he's voting for. I don't think Pratik is here. I thought I saw him come in the middle of Michael Harrison's set, but I don't see him. So oh yeah, let me get, I'm going to post Kat's Venmo. I posted Kat's Venmo. I'm going to post Patty's Venmo. And Michael Harrison, post your Venmo in there. I know you post your IG, but get after that, Brett. Oh, you don't have Venmo, or do you have Venmo? You're American now. You're American enough. You can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that is the keys to having U.S. citizenship is voting, jury duty, and Venmo. It's perfect. It is voting and Venmo mostly. Nikki's telling me who they're voting for. I thank you for sharing that. You can share it publicly. I don't care if you share who you're voting for or not. You don't really have to do that. Patty's Venmo, which is very very formal. There. I didn't have to stand up today, which is really good. It's good for everybody here.
Yeah.
Oh, I just sent that to Nikki directly. Let me get this going a little bit better here. And then you know what? Maybe I'll call Pratik on the phone. Maybe we can get a real live called in performance if he's available. I've done that.
He's going to charge $2.99 a minute.
Well, then you better start donating to the Venmo. That's all I could say. It's that expensive. And in the meantime, let me actually post Pratik's comedy special too. We'll be performing that on. Catherine had to hop off. She said she had fun so far. Michael Harrison, you got a new special coming out. Save some money.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're withholding the link for money? Is that what?
Oh, my special got bought 3 days ago. So now I have, it's a really good one. So now it's going on a big distributor, guys. So I actually have it in a separate link. So if anyone wants to throw me a pay what you can fee, I could give it, but I can't release it. No, because it's private. It's only for money.
Private. Donate to Michael Harrison's Venmo.
Yeah.
Throw some money and he will send you the link.
You need to do PayPal too.
Pratik's is full of product placement. It's almost distracting. Pratik's has a commercial interruption every 30 seconds by me. It's very strange format. But we're sponsored by Menards of all things. It's very strange, Menards. Lorna, what were you asking, Michael? Go ahead.
I said, can you get it on PayPal as well? Because we don't have that in Canada.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'll do PayPal right now.
You could send it. You could shoot him a few loons. Shoot a few loons. Is that what you said?
I'll throw him a few loonies.
Throw him a few loonies. Shoot a few loonies. I'll be spending the rest of the night pulling my head. These are just the things that we invented tonight for this show. No, I will have to do some stretches. I like this shirt. I'm going to wear this shirt to work tomorrow and probably be fired. I have a feeling if I wear this shirt to the polling place, I wear a pair of Nike Air Maxes that are desert camo, and I don't even feel comfortable wearing those to vote. I feel like that's too much of a political statement. Camo, shoes, American flag shirt, which is definitely against flag code, unless I'll just say this is Puerto Rico. This is just a take on the Puerto Rican flag at this point. This is not even. I'm violating the law, Brandon. Well, this is the first time Brandon's ever actually accused me of violating the law. I want to know what I did wrong here. What did I do wrong? Is it flag code? You can't wear the
flag code.
Yeah, you can't wear the flag on your body. That is actually a thing. You can't step on it. You can't wear it on your body. Legally, you can. It's freedom of expression. It's just violation of flag code. And the only people that upsets are right-wing people who are constantly violating the flag code. It just goes full circle. They constantly violate it, and they constantly hate when people disrespect the flag, and they spend 90% of their time wearing the flag on themselves, much like I'm doing in the demonstration. Right. You cannot wear camo in a number of countries. That is very interesting. I did not know that. Half of them. That's why we live in America. That's why we vote. Vote to wear camo. Vote for camo to be the new national clothing item. Carhartt jackets, camo shoes. That's what we're Carpenter pants, carpenter work pants, Carhartt jacket, camo shoes. That is the most American thing you can wear. I'm going to check with Pratik. I'm actually going to check with him and see if he's
painter's pants.
Painter's pants? See that twice as fast. I don't know. Don't do that. Painter's pants painted. Jinda is not here. That is very sad.
Huzzah. There. PayPal's up.
PayPal is up. I just made that throat sound, like that guttural sound. And then Zoom said, "Are you playing music? Would you like to set up professional audio?" That is how talented I am. I want to point that out. That singing was so beautiful. They thought it was Mongolian throat singing. They thought I was a fucking professional. They just asked me to set up. Jared, has that ever happened before from someone making a guttural sound to kill time? I don't think so. This is a chirping bird first. Laughing Larry is making up excuse. Oh my God. He said Pratik is probably in a bar somewhere drowning in regrets and cheap whiskey. Classic moves. Wow. Laughing Larry is a chat bot on Twitch, and he is so mean. It's so mean. I don't think it's really a chat bot. I think it's just Jared actually roasting all the comedians he wants to roast. And he's just like, it's this very cutting edge AI. And then it's just like ripping on it. It happens when you make sounds that are not words. Okay. So this happens. This has happened before. First time it's happened to me. I'm trying to get a hold of Pratik still. We'll see what happens. I don't think
this is not the first time it's happened.
Last week I had somebody bail on the show last minute. It was a sad story. And she wants to come back on soon and I'll share it. But I was just like, you never know what people are going through, why people need shows. One time I got booked for a show and my car overheated on the way to the show. It just straight up overheated a block from my house. And I called the guy and then I was like, I cannot come. This is a very far Uber ride. It'll cost me like $65 and you're not paying me that. And this is my only car. I'm going to have to go home. He wouldn't book me for 8 years after that. 8 years after that. And I would message him and be like, here's my new clip. And I bought a brand new car. I have a brand new car from the dealership. Please book me for your shows. And then he finally booked me again. It was very strange. I
had a competition the other night downtown. Well, when I say the other night, it could be any time between now and when I was born.
I'm from the Midwest. I understand. That's how we do it.
It was recent. I had a competition and the traffic was a nightmare. And I was in a Lyft car. Do you guys have Lyft there, like Uber, but it's better?
And we drive on the right side of the road. We drive on the right side of the road.
Lyft,
proper side.
LYFT.
Yes, we also have Lyft. We have Uber. We have all of those things.
So,
and in some cities, we have self-driving cars too. In some cities, the cars drive themselves, which you're basically a hostage. If you get in a self-driving car and there's no driver, and there's no steering wheel, you are basically in a mobile prison. So please don't do that in the nice cities. Don't do that in the bad neighborhood, I guess.
There's no steering wheel?
No, you can't even hit there's just nothing. There's just a dashboard and then a bunch of people trying to break in going, get the robot car. And you're like, I'm not the robot. I'm just being a robot like it's a slave, And then they're like, oh, get the guy controlling the robot slaves. I've seen it happen. It's on TikTok. I swear to God, y'all got to get to. I don't even have TikTok. I just get the highlights from all of my 20-something coworkers. They send me all of the highlights from TikTok, and I'm like, what?
That's all I need from TikTok. Just the highlights that people send me. I don't need to.
We got him. He said his name 3 times like Beetlejuice, and we're going to be good. Yes, but send Michael Harrison some money, and he'll send you a link to his special, and it will be commercial free. It'll have to be real in it. Is there a behind the scenes? Is there like a raw? Is it not unedited? Is it unfiltered and uncensored, Michael?
Oh yeah, man, it's awesome. So everything you want.
Yeah.
Get exactly. Okay. Oh man, it gives people orgasms, right? Well, you like at least 4.
Mike Eichert just sent him $300. This one.
How to sell, all right?
Well, I have to be careful because I watch all my friends' comedy specials on the way to work, and if it does that, I cannot do that in the car, not unless I have the self-driving one. That's the whole purpose of the self-driving ones that are robots.
Yeah, you'll need Kleenex.
But yes, if you liked what you saw, donate to the other performers. Also, vote tomorrow as well. Vote because it's the last time we get to vote. I think Trump already said that they're going to take away the vote from. However, this comes out, they're not going to let us do it anymore. We lost that, right? They're just going to take that away. So sorry, Michael, it's your first time, last time voting.
As long as I get one in, that's it.
Get one in. Yeah. All right. Our next performer. I don't know if he's ready. Pratik, are you there? Are you ready? Are you good?
Yeah, we can do a few minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, he's here. He's on the show. Our next performer does have a special out. It's 30 minutes. on YouTube all about the election and voting. And I'm going to go pull up the link and I'm going to post it on Twitch and in the chat here. So you can watch it afterwards in case you didn't get enough right now. But in the meantime, he's performing live for Teeks Bratz.
Hello, everybody. Yo, hey, almost didn't make it. Had to help Dad out with a few things, but he's doing good. Yeah. Give it up for Nick. He's doing well. He says hello, everybody. Real quick, give it up for all the performers we saw today. How about that?
Yeah.
Yay, performers. Yeah. I do have a special out. I'm going to try to not do any material from that YouTube special for you. It's half hour of material. It's different. I know a few of you were there for the taping, so you can check it out.
Was Reynolds there?
It's still good after the week. We'll see. It really depends what happens tomorrow. That determines how dated and out of how obsolete the material is. I'm probably not going to do it anymore. I don't know. I think it's that thing of you do a special and you want to retire the material, but I don't know. So it depends on the situation. Sometimes you pull it out. Sometimes you recycle that one joke. I know our other fellow comedians, we know about that, but that's good. So yeah, we have voting. We're excited. Who make some noise if you've already voted? Who's voted already? Has anyone done the already voting? I see Michael. No. Anybody else? The rest of you are waiting till the day of. Is that it?
It was too crowded. Early voting was too crowded.
I was gonna go today, and then I was like, I don't know, like there was something. I had time today. I was gonna try to go yesterday, and I didn't have time. And I'm like, I'm so close. I might as well just go vote on the actual day now. Like it's like staying up till midnight on New Year's Eve and then falling asleep at 11:30. Like I might as well just go tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like it's wild. So I'm probably gonna go tomorrow because the last election we did the mail-in because it was COVID. Remember, doesn't that feel like that was 4 years ago, guys? Like 4 years ago we were doing Chirping Bird and Jindal was eating noodles and Mike Eckert had a different couch. It was a different time, you guys. Yeah. It was a different time. Edward was fully sentient instead of it was a different time. This show had a regular headliner. It was a different time, you guys. Yeah. The computers, everybody was a little fuzzy about the computers. My parents actually went, Nick and Sheila, the aforementioned Nick and Sheila, they went and early voted. And they said they did paper ballots. They did not do you take like a paper ballot thing and then you feed it into the computer. You just you shove it in. And so yeah, I'm llooking forward to writing on a paper ballot and then feeding into the machine. I'm literally going to go there just to do this. The first time I voted was the 2008 election, very historic election. I had to go back 3 times because not to vote 3 times. That would have been fun, right? No. I got denied the first 2 times I went. They said, well, we can't find you in the system. And it was wild because I had just I would just turn 18. And there are certain suburban nightclubs where you don't have to be 21. You can kind of, I think Mark Anthony knows what I'm talking about. Some of those not 21 nightclubs where you can still kind of go and pretend to drink alcohol. So I had just gotten denied from that. And then it's like, oh, wow, a double whammy of getting denied 2 times one for nightclub, one for voting. And it was a kick in the pants that I did not need. So yeah, I can't believe it took me 3 tries to vote. It took me less times to get my driver's license than to vote. Like I didn't think that would have worked. You know what I'm saying? I got my driver's license in the first try. Did not think that. I thought voting, you'd get right in the first time. No, you get to do it. My polling place last time was a I can't believe it was called Tuscan Village. It was an Italian restaurant called Tuscan Village. And they closed. I swear to God, they closed. Well, I'm Hindu, so I swear to God, it's plural. But they closed 3 days before the election. They converted it to a polling place. So my polling place for the midterm election 2 years ago was a storage facility in an Italian restaurant called Tuscan Village. Yeah. There was terrible tile work everywhere. It wasn't good. Not a fan. It was something else. And I remember like every time I go to vote, like I don't know if you noticed, there's always like that one guy who's like kind of the election guy, kind of, but he's like he's clearly like, you know, the business manager who isn't working right now and he wants to just take over. Like this is his one job. You know what I'm saying? Like he kind of has like, you know, a little bit of Mike Pence in the face, a little bit of question mark in the face. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I want to run some shit. Like I'm CEO of a thing, but you're literally just giving us pens. All you're doing is telling us, hey, don't use a blue pen, use a black pen because the computer doesn't take the blue pen. You guys know that, right? Can't use blue pen.
Oh, yeah, good tip.
Because the computer is going to see that blue pen and go, oh, it's automatically Democrat because there's blue. Those damn computers are weird. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I have a friend who he's so, you know, he's frustrated about this election. I'm sure some of us are frustrated about the election. Some of us are retired of the election, but he's very frustrated. He's like, oh, if so-and-so doesn't win, I'm going to do it. I'm going to move to Canada. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to move to Canada. And I'm like, you've been saying that since the 2004 election. You know what I'm saying? He was doing that before I could even vote. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, at this point, like, poop or get off the pot. You say you're going to move. Like, can you promise this time to move? Like, you know, just move. Do it. Yeah. Separation of church and state. I've had a church as a polling place too. Yep. Yep. I mean, literally the village of Lombard where I grew up, on like the car sticker, it has a church on it. So we follow separation of church and state as much as we follow Be Kind Rewind when we went from separation of church and state to Be Kind Rewind. You think that's a dated reference, Be Kind Rewind? Because you know today's Gen Zer, they're vaping Gopher. They don't know what Blockbuster is. They should though. It's a good place to be. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to see if I have my Blockbuster card in here. I do not. I do have a Quiznos receipt, which you can't get Quiznos anymore in the country, I think. I don't know. Sound off if you've seen a Quiznos out there. Yeah, Sean also had a church polling place. And I got to say, I would rather have a Quiznos as a polling place. I'd rather have a Tuscan Village Italian restaurant than a church. Like you're telling me I want to go into this place where they have like the blood of Christ and we're supposed to democracy. No, I'm not doing it. Not doing it. I'd rather vote in Canada. You know what I'm saying? Like just let me vote in for the U.S. election while in Canada, while drinking from the water fountains. And I'm pretty sure, I know Michael was on earlier, but I'm pretty sure the fountains in Canada just disperse club soda and ginger ale. You know what I'm saying? Just let it flow.
And we have Quiznos.
Yeah. I wonder in the Canadian elections, are Tim Hortons like polling places in the Canadian elections? Like that would make it poetic, you know?
The lines are the same though.
The lines are the same, but you know, hey, that's fine. Tim Hortons is delicious. Also, Canada has really good Indian food. I would love to see an Indian restaurant be a polling place. I think that'd be wild, right? You know, like just have the blue pens sitting in the chutney, so that way you know not to use them, and you have the black pens on top of naan bread. That's way you know you take your black pen, not your blue pen. You leave the blue pen. Just stick the blue pens in chutney like they're combs in a barber shop. You know what I'm saying? Just leave I don't know. Like this whole process is like I'm just like, who here still watches the news like actively? Make some noise if you or sound off in the chat if you actively watch the news. Like I'll have CNN on mute when I'm at the gym. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll get the Weather Channel like on my phone now, you know, because it's too much. Like my dad is like, he's not like a conservative immigrant dad. I know there's a lot of conservative immigrant dads out there. I know because I see what other comedians are talking about on Instagram. It's my immigrant dad is conservative. I don't know who he's going to vote for. No, I know my dad's liberal, but he's aggressively liberal. Like this man pumps his fist while watching MSNBC. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, go Rachel Maddow, which that's a little too much. Like, ease off that throttle. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not enough. I don't need that much. He watches the news like he's trying to be the next Fareed Zakaria. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need that. That's a dated reference. Thank you. I like that. I pray in the direction of that singular laughter. Yes. I pray 5 times a day in that direction. Yeah. I'm not Muslim. I just pray in prime numbers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Doing math jokes on Zoom. Somebody come get me. No, it's like I have CNN on mute. It'll be on at the gym, but even when it's on mute, it's too loud. I don't know if you've watched CNN lately. It's everybody screaming at each other. There's a YouTube comments thread, which if you want to see a really good YouTube comments thread, look up October Surprise, my special on YouTube, and you will see some comments that are wild. But yeah, I saw CNN. It was 40 people arguing on the. How do you fit 40 heads on a screen? I have no idea, but it's just 40 heads of people yelling at each other. It looked like a Street Fighter player select screen. You know, use your lobbyist now. Yeah, like it was a lot. My knuckles are ashy. I do need to lotion up my knuckles. That's. You're not going to get that on the special. You're not going to get that on any live set. But for you on Zoom, I will tell you, I need to moisturize. You know who else needs to moisturize? Walter Cronkite's dead. He would have been 108 in lotion years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm calling, for those of you that aren't reading the chat, Walter Cronkite was mentioned, so I'm calling it back. Yes. This show's almost over, so we're just if you have anything wacky you want to put in the Twitch or comment or a chat, let me know, and maybe I think that's my job, right, as last comedian on the show, like kind of comment on what's being typed in, so that's cool. As long as I can one day, as long as I can see Jinnah eat noodles again, that's the all I want from my America. That's my only presidential platform is, can I see Jinnah but actually eating noodles? I don't want Jinnah in the weird emoji bucket hat. I want noodles. I want him eating. I want to see Jinnah eat. That's what I need in my life. That's all I want. Healthcare, meh. Dental care, yes. I do want dental care because I get my dental care right now from the dental college. Yes. So you might be saying, Pratik, are you supporting Gen Z? It's the only thing I can afford right now is Gen Z dental school. And you got to talk to them too, because they don't really listen to you. Literally, I have to know who Little Uzi Vert is just to get a cavity fixed. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to know who the rapper Little Uzi Vert is. I just want my cavity to get fixed. That's too much, you guys. I don't need that. It's fine. Halloween passed. Did we have? Do we celebrate Halloween? We have a good Halloween, everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not doing anything with this cord. Just relax, all right? I don't know what it looks like I'm doing, but don't worry about it. So good Halloween. If you'd like to type in what you dressed up as, please do that in the chat. Maybe I'll mention it. Somebody wrote, why is there no good pandemic comedy? Too recent. We all want to forget. If you'd like to hear a few pandemic jokes, again, October Surprise on YouTube. I do touch on the pandemic very slightly. So yes, you will. I almost felt like I was teed up on that, you know. So whoever did that, you are teeing me up, baby. Yeah. No, it's fine. It's good. I'm fine. My cavity got taken care of. You don't have to worry. I'm doing well. I do have like a little bit of receding gums, so I do have to get some deep cleaning on the gums. Which I don't know if you know this. Like when they like, if you've done deep cleaning, like gum cleaning, like they'll like take like a needle and like just shoot it into your gums. Like normally they might use like Novocaine, like a gelatinous Novocaine, and rub that on there. I don't think that works for me. Maybe my tolerance is too high. I like the needle. I like to shoot up. All right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm a badass. Yeah. Somebody is holding up a T-shirt right now. Which is that question mark? Are you playing peekaboo under the T-shirt? What's going on?
This is my favorite shirt.
Did he take off his shirt?
Yeah, you're back.
I got your back. That is, I'm pretty sure I saw that shirt at the dental college as well. I'm pretty sure. They got to make money somehow. It's not coming from me, so they sell merch. Yeah. Who doesn't want to go to a dental facility that has their own merch? You know what I'm saying? And they have really good, they got beer koozies too. It's wild. Yeah. It's too much. No, it's just, it's fine. As long as things don't change and I can travel outside the country, that's all that matters about, this whole election thing, which I've heard Europe might change things up a little bit, which is unfortunate because I want to keep performing in Europe. I want to come to Canada again. I'd like to do that because I love performing overseas. You perform in Europe, like comedians in Europe, you know what they do? They talk about the pandemic a little bit, but you know what comedians overseas will do? They'll like announce the joke like that they're about to say. Like instead of going like, what's the deal with airline food? They'll go, and now my airline joke. Like they'll like tell you what they're about to talk about. Like that's wild. Like literally there was this guy in London. He was like, and now for some pedo jokes. What?
No.
Yeah, and now for some pedo jokes. Like he didn't say pedophile. He said pedo. Like that's what they do in the UK. They classy up our verbiage. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we want to talk about like masturbation, we just say like that, or we say jerking off. You know what they say in Europe? They say, oh, and now for a wank. Like they have such cute lingo. Like, oh, we're gonna wank. Like wank sounds like a Pokemon character. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't say child molester. They say pedo. Yeah, pedo. Pedo sounds like a medication a child molester takes to stop being that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, gotta get that pedo. It's behind the counter now. It's not OTC. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they don't. You know what they do in the UK? They don't say dick pics. They say cock lithographs. You guys, yeah, they're very classy. Pretty sure Trump has sent some cock lithographs in his day. You know what I'm saying? I have not. I am proud to say you're getting something I have not revealed. William Claude Reynolds, you were at the special. I did not say that there. I'm not. I don't think I've said that on stage. I might have said it once 10 years ago, but I'm proud to say that is held true. I have not sent any sort of explicit material over text. How about that, you guys? Yes. No dick pics, no texting. I'll be honest, I don't even watch that much porn. Like I'll tell you why, because I used to be a Facebook content moderator where I would log into a database and anything that was filled into somebody wrote classy. Thank you. I thought you wrote sissy for a second. That wouldn't have flown. Yeah. Also, who's saying sissy in 2024? You know what I'm saying? That's like making a reference to Be Kind Rewind in a stand-up set on Chirping Bird Comedy. Like that's obsolete, saying sissy. You know what I'm saying? But you wrote classy, so I appreciate that. Yeah. No, I used to be a Facebook content moderator, so like anything I would log into this database and anything that was like unsafe for children would get fed into that database. We would flag it. We would correct the algorithm. I'm sure there are some people that want to correct the algorithm in the U.S. because there's a lot of stuff right now that's really popular on the algorithm, which I don't know why. We got to feed the algorithm correct things. You know what you can feed that is correct on the algorithm? My special, October Surprise. Yeah, coming soon. No, it's not coming soon. It's already out. But yeah, so I would literally see things on this database that were not, like I would see like hentai. I would see like suicide videos. Like it wasn't good stuff I was seeing, but yeah, I would see like pornographic stuff that I would just be like, ugh. Like to the point where I would talk to my boss, like, hey, I need to take a break. And they go, oh, you should like take your laptop and go to like a Starbucks or if you're in Canada, Tim Hortons, and like just sit there, do your job out in public. I'm like, you sure? So I literally went to a Starbucks, started doing my job, and like all the hentai was coming in. So it looked like I was watching hentai on my laptop in public. People would come up to me and I'd have to go, no. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for the future of our children. Yeah. I was getting paid for it too. Ugh. Somebody just wrote a question. Did you ever see the man try to dance? There is no such thing as Al Gore rhythm. Okay, I see what you were doing there. First off, question mark. That wordplay deserves one singular golf clap. So everybody, we're gonna do one simple golf clap right now for Al Gore rhythm. All right, and boom. All right. Here's what I'll say. Question mark. I was recently performing in Mississippi. This is true, by the way. I was in Mississippi, and I was doing a show that also does burlesque. And I shit you not, it was an election-themed burlesque. And guess who the host of that election-themed burlesque was? A performer by the name of Al Gore Rhythm. So, you are in good company, question mark, with that wordplay. And if you know anything about burlesque, they enjoy some wordplay, y'all. Yes. So big ups to burlesque in Mississippi because that's some clever wordplay. So I'll go vote tomorrow. And I'm not going to write in a Stone Cold Steve Austin. You can rest assured I'm not going to write in somebody else. I will vote. I know we have a 2-party system. Ranked choice voting would be great. I just love that we have more flavors of chicken nuggets and tenders. We have more flavors for sauces than we do presidential candidates. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need it. Somebody wrote write in Judah. Yeah, I'm sure he would appreciate that. Or write in one of Judah's hats. You know what I'm saying? Like, just go for the jugular. Like, let's get a hat in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. Yeah, you could write in Judah's hat if you want. You could write in, if you want to write in my hairbrush. I mean, my hairbrush is pretty iconic too. You can write in this, not the wood panel one. Write in the blue one. You can write in this hoodie if you want. You can write in any of the comedians on the show tonight. Whoever you write in, do your duty and write and vote. To maybe write in. I don't want to start a thing about don't write in, but I don't know if you should write in. That's for another show. Maybe next week we'll talk about if this show is still around next week. Maybe we'll talk about writing in and the effects of writing in a candidate. But yeah, if you haven't voted, vote. If you're not allowed to vote, still find a way to vote. Get out and vote. I hear P. Diddy is no longer allowed to vote, so maybe somebody can vote in his place. Maybe he's registered in a swing state, because that's really what it is. If you want to move, if you're not happy with election results, don't move to another country. Just move to a swing state so that your vote makes a double impact. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do that. And if you don't like that last joke, let's be honest here. This whole set is about as good as the actual electoral college in this country. That's all was a metaphor for you. But, I think it's important that we vote. I think it's important we do our duty. I didn't go to 3 days of college Republican Cup for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that is true, by the way. Yes, I'm about to reach across the aisle and tell you this one last story. Some of you might have heard it before, some of you might have not. But I was a member of the College Republican Club for a count of 3 days. I went to 3 meetings. First meeting, we just watched a movie about Ronald Reagan. Boring. Second meeting, we literally went to the dude's house because we were kicked out of the library. Third meeting was in a 7-Eleven parking lot. I shit you not. Like, we got demoted from the dude's place. You know what I'm saying? And I was quiet up until the last minute of the third meeting. And I literally got up and said, hey, guys, this has been weird, but it's literally it's literally just all male, like, dudes. It's all white dudes. It's all dudes in suits. And it's at 5 p.m. Like, what are you doing wearing a suit while in college at 5 p.m. in a 7-Eleven parking lot? Like, are you in a job interview? Or are you an asshole? Or are you a pharmaceutical bro? Like, what are you doing? Like, are you the one putting fentanyl and everything? Like, what's going on? Like, I literally felt like I met, like, those bad guys in, like, every Steven Seagal movie in the 80s. That's what I felt like I was meeting, was just a bunch of, like the bad guy from RoboCop. You know what I'm saying? Like, not Clarence Boddicker, the other guy in the suit. You know what I'm saying? Like Dick Tracy villains. That's what I felt like I was meeting. You know what I'm saying? So I literally get up and I say, this has been real, but I'm out of here. And they're like, Pratik, you haven't said one thing this whole meeting, and that's all you're going to say? You can't give us one logical, like, contributing thing to this meeting? And I go, I don't know, guys, maybe you should try an affirmative action bake sale. Like, I just thought of that because I'd heard about it in some book. Now, if you don't know what an affirmative action bake sale is, it's literally where a bunch of Republicans bake goods and they set prices, and it's like, oh, if you're not white, you pay less. If you're white, you pay more. Guess what they end up doing? 2 days later, they do an affirmative action bake sale. They get kicked out of the school, and the College Republican Club ceases to exist, all because of an idea I just threw out at the end of the third meeting. So I kind of took down the Republicans from the inside. You know what I'm saying? And guess what I did? I didn't go to that bake sale, but I sent my roommate to go because he was Polynesian. He went and he got every one of those cookies on a discount.
Nice.
Cheaper if you weren't white. And we were two broke college students who just opened up 12 credit cards to get a free T-shirt. So we needed those baked goods. Those baked goods survived for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So, you're welcome, democracy. You're welcome, Chirping Bird. How about a hand for all the comedians we saw today? Give it up for everybody that puts the show on. Thank you, Mark Anthony. Thank you guys so much. Go do your civic duty and have a good night.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pratik.
Pratik, throw the link to your special up on Twitch and if you could throw it.
I don't have Twitch, so just put it in there.
Oh, if you put it in, did you put it in the chat here? Yeah, I'll throw it on Twitch real quick.
Throw it on Twitch for everybody. The algorithm here, like, put me on for a second.
There we go. I just pasted it. Okay, how do I put you? I'll put you on. I'll put us both on. How about that? Yeah.
No, I just want to say real quick, if you enjoyed the comedians you saw, or if you enjoy me or Mark or whoever, the algorithm is such, and comedy clubs are such, that they are like, oh, you want to come perform in our town? How many followers do you have? Who's watching a special? So if you liked the performer you saw today, please support them. Follow them on their social media. If you liked anything I ever say when I'm on this show, I'm always happy to come by, drop by, and do this show. Appreciate y'all having me. If you like anything that I do, type that link, give it a view. If you'd like to like it, click like as well, because all that engagement helps me out so I can further come to a town near you and help further give some laughs to this much needed time that we're in. But again, it's not just about me. If you like any of the comics on the show, or any of these Chirping Bird shows, or any of these KO comedy shows, support them, follow them, watch their stuff, give them views, give them likes, because again, that helps them so that they can go out and do what we love to do, which is tell jokes. So again, support the art, support everybody here. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I got to put myself back up. They just need to go away. Thank you. Yes. And thank you all for coming out. Next week, we got a good show. I can't remember everyone I got booked, but I know there's at least 3 or 4 comedians that will be on that I had spoken to today. So it's going to be a good one. Please go out and vote. Please check out Pratik's special. I'm going to watch it. You know what? If you're going to go vote tomorrow, just cue it up on your phone and don't even bring headphones. Bring your Bluetooth, bring a Bluetooth speaker and just play Pratik's voting special in line.
Just listen to it in the line. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen to
30
it in
minutes. It'll probably get you through the line.
It might convert some straying voters to maybe. I don't know how.
You never know. Yeah. My voice is very persuasive.
It should just be the waiting music in every polling place. It's just Pratik's voice. Just talking about anything. It doesn't matter. But no, thank you for coming on. I do want to thank Kat Diaz. I want to thank Patty Mansbach. I want to thank Michael Harrison. I want to thank Pratik Srivastava and all of you for showing up tonight and joining the most patriotic episode that we've had yet. So thank you. This is the first presidential election since we've been doing Chirping Bird, or since I've been doing Chirping Bird. I think maybe in the first 2020 it might have happened. I was too busy stuffing the ballot boxes. I couldn't be on the show that night. I did not do that. Brandon, I did not admit to any crime tonight. This has been a completely satirical show. And thank you, Jared. Jay, for running tech tonight. Thank you, Laughing Larry. Thank you for everybody watching at Twitch from the comfort of your own home or someone else's home. It doesn't matter. You could be watching this at wherever. But thank you for coming out. I'll see you next week. Bye bye. Good night. Bye. Bye.
Hey.